What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fact versus Fiction. I'm your host, Jay with the hoodie. All right, and I'm back again with another video. Guess what? You want a reaction of a reaction? It is what it is. Pretty interesting. All right, this is coming from a channel called a different perspective. He found this video of cops doing their jobs a little too well, and led to some interesting turn of events. So, without spoiling too much, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go.
Undercover and untrained. For nearly 2 years, Louisville police used questionable tactics to arrest women for prostitution until the cases fell apart and the officers themselves were investigated. Tonight, the I-Team with an inside look at how all of this happened. Our Andrea Lucille with the story straight from the men at the center of all of this. Andrea?
A warning that some of what you're about to hear is graphic. The report on Louisville's internal affairs investigation that we were able to get a hold of fills more than 2,000 pages and includes dozens of hours of recorded interviews. We have spent weeks digging through them, trying to figure out how this all went so wrong.
Did you think getting naked was a good idea or a bad idea?
I didn't know whether it was good or bad. I didn't, like I said, I don't know how to work them.
Nobody came in and said, hey, this is how you have to do it. Nobody knew how to do it.
These are the voices of Louisville PD's Street Crimes Unit, officers tasked with helping tackle problems at massage businesses with what they describe as little to no guidance.
I don't remember the exact words, but I'm sure he was like, hey, they're going to touch and a lot of them will touch your butt or anus or whatever.
It was never like a sit-down meeting and said, hey, you, and you're good with getting and you, and you're not, and so this is how we're going to split the teams. But it was very unspoken that, hey, some guys think it's fun and they're going to go do that thing and they think it's hilarious and whatever. The people that weren't were pretty vocal about it.
From October 2022 to July 2024, detectives visited different locations, posing as customers willing to pay for sex acts. But an internal investigation found in many cases they went too far.
You agreed to $400 to both of them. Excuse my language, I'm just reading what's in the report. So there's your probable cause, right?
Okay.
But then after that, you stay and you ask them to get undressed and, they're naked and, they're massaging you and grabbing your...
We don't just walk out.
Why not? You have enough.
I don't know.
It wasn't just the Street Crimes Unit either. Detectives recruited up.
Oh no. Oh my goodness, out. You know what? Let's give this man a round of applause. Let's give the cop a round of applause. We're giving that cop a round of applause because he had to do his job. And he had to do it thoroughly. Okay. He had to do it thoroughly. He had to make sure he was getting what he paid for. He didn't want to be bamboozled in the process. He didn't want to make no false arrests. He wanted to make sure. And in that process, sometimes I guess, he went a little too far. Oh no, but for real, he should have I guess he should have known. I mean, god dang, it's just like an episode of South Park. This is a whole episode of South Park that played out in real life. Oh my goodness.
Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me.
Give it to me! Come on, you sissies, I can fit more of you! Yeah, you like your little stripper whore? You like her? Freeze! Take them all to the station for oral and anal sex with a prostitute.
That is insane. Let's go. Let's continue.
Others within the department, including a rookie patrol officer who'd never been undercover.
He said, since it's your first time, we'll take it easy on you. So we'll go over here. There's pretty girls there.
He was given city money, a recording device, and a few instructions.
You need to make sure that she offers it to you. Go ahead and give it to, show how much money you got or whatever. And then if she touches you, let her touch you, and then once she touches you, you can break contact.
What caused you to go over 4 minutes of getting a almost 5 minutes if your instructions from them were that once the deal's made and they touch you, you need to break contact?
He said, sorry, I had to stop. He said, Lieutenant, I'm sorry. I wasn't using my right state of mind. My head was just thinking about other stuff. And I was just like, take me to... Oh, he was thinking about take me to the promised land. He said, oh, Lordy, I'm about to buzz. That's what he was thinking. He said, oh, Lordy, I'm having too much fun. It's feeling too good. Oh, let me in there. Let me in them guts. That's what he was thinking. Let me in them guts. This hand job is feeling spectacular. He said, I love it. I want it. I paid for it. It's Burger King. You can have it your way. Oh no. Let's go. Let's go.
I was trying to ask her questions as far as like, hey, what's your name? Do you try to get... They didn't ask me to do that. They didn't ask me to get her name. They didn't ask me to get any of the questions I asked in the recording. That was just me trying to be proactive.
How come it is that the freaking...
Wait. He was trying to get up close and personal. He said, hey, baby, what's your name? I'd like to take you out on a date sometime. You do massages, right? Bet. Let's go.
Veteran cops sound just as bad as this rookie cop. Like they don't know what to do. Y'all are just playing dumb right now. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Y'all all sound incompetent. The obvious answer is once these women solidify the fact that they are willing to be paid a certain amount of money for certain acts, without them participating in the acts, you got enough evidence. They just told you they would do it. Arrest them. Go get a warrant. Whatever you need to do. You don't have to proceed with the sexual act. What's wrong with y'all? And then they was using like the police money or state money, whatever. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is madness.
Any of the questions I asked in the recording, that was just me trying to be proactive.
So I remember when I first started doing Vice investigations, I was more nervous going in to a massage parlor and then I was driving up and trying to buy crack on the street corner.
Mike DeMarcus is a retired detective.
My. Okay.
And the director of Law Enforcement Training Associates. The company trains police across the country. He says it's essential to have every scenario mapped out and every question answered ahead of any undercover operation.
Hey, how far can I go? What can I say? What constitutes entrapment? What's not entrapment? That kind of thing. And that's the big discrepancy around the agencies throughout the country is some agencies are allowed to do one thing while others aren't.
That holds true here in North Texas. The I-Team surveyed more than a dozen agencies across DFW and found about half have conducted undercover operations at massage parlors in the last 2 years. Those that do don't follow the same rules. We obtained undercover policies for Arlington, Dallas, and Fort Worth. All 3 departments require investigators to get permission from superiors before going into a situation where they would
I just had a little moment. Arlen, fight, fight, fight. Push that ball with all your might. Sorry, let's go.
Dress. But the level of nudity and the amount of touching allowed varies.
Is physical touch ever necessary, though?
Sometimes it is. And it sounds weird to say that. But like I said, sometimes the girls will make hand gestures, like, hey, indicated. But sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll, go and they'll stroke you automatically. Then maybe they start doing this as far as money, that kind of thing.
Louisville doesn't have a written policy. Detectives say they were just told to go as far as they felt comfortable. No one up the chain of command seemed to know what was happening, even though some employees say it was an open secret.
They're bragging about everything that they got done to them at the massage parlors.
A records clerk said she overheard the pitch as the detective asked a male clerk to go undercover.
If you want to come and see for yourself and see what you can get done, we'll have you go out.
It wasn't until last summer the Denton County District Attorney's Office raised the alarm, rejecting 22 cases Louisville police filed. Undercover officers, it complained, had let things escalate into contact with suspects, making it difficult for prosecutors to make a case in court.
The fact that these dang officers are messing up the case by proceeding too far forward with the sexual activities. They had to throw out 22 cases. They had to throw out 22 cases where I bet 100% of those 22 cases there were actual prostitution going on. Idiots.
The department then launched.
Like I said, they was thinking with the wrong head. They got into the moment. It was deep undercover. At this point, they said, "Oh, it's getting real good." They couldn't stop. They had the evidence they needed. Just couldn't stop. They said, "Hey, too far in. Now I gotta commit. This is Oscar winning. This is an Oscar winning award of acting that I gotta play out." That's how they felt. So they had to commit. They had to go full. They had to go in. They had to go balls deep and commit. All right? That's how they felt. I don't know. But let's go.
Its own investigation.
We're looking for some insight because we're also trying to wrap our heads on how did the PD get to this place where this has been going on for 2 years.
I don't know if you really want my personal opinion.
Yeah, sure.
I think they weren't supervised, and I think they went wild and did whatever the they wanted to, and they went in there to get and realized they could, and about every other time they wrote it down.
Nobody had enough ethics to go, this sounds like a we need to be looking into this. No one did. That's the problem. So what's the fallout going to be? Because nobody was man enough to stand up to it.
3 officers were fired. 8 others were disciplined. We reached out to all of them, but many of them have appealed those disciplinary decisions, so they're not releasing comments at this point. The police chief, by the way, turned all of this over to the Texas Rangers to see if criminal charges were warranted. None were filed.
Again, we're talking about police officers and their conduct. So how does this police department, Louisville, still not have a policy for undercover investigations?
Yeah, good question. The chief tells us there will be a policy, but it is still in the works. He's also reorganizing the street crimes unit, and he says it will not include any of the officers who were disciplined.
And what happened to the women who were involved in all of this, who were initially, were they arrested?
Yeah, those charges were dropped, but there's also the question of, are these women victims of trafficking? We found city leaders and police officers have different opinions on that. We're going to get into that in our story tomorrow night.
Man, how they play that I didn't know any better card, man. They grown men. They simply used the fact that they didn't have any proper guidance. They were told to go out and do a task and to go as far as they were comfortable and willing to go. You're talking about a bunch of men with some women. Of course, all of them are going to be willing to go all the way. Oh, man. Ethics. Cops are supposed to be the ethics police, basically. And these fools ain't had no ethics them damn selves. Oh, my.
Yeah, so we see, I mean, yeah, I mean, you see a whole bunch of men just trying to get their rocks off. You can see corruption can come in all different types and forms. All right, just because they're not taking money bribes or drug bribes, they, think with the other part of them, and they're like, hey, as comfortable as I'm willing to go, that's justification go all the way because they comfortable with it, and they all men. So it's like it's easy to like, hey, I already paid for it. Why not? Let's see. And then once they got it, it's like, all right, now you under arrest because I got my rocks off. I'm all good now. But it's crazy. Crazy world we live in. It's the South Park episode for real. That's what that was. Whole South Park episode. So, even some good cops may appear bad. Some bad cops also appear bad. It's just the level of how far are they willing to go for real. Everybody has a limit. Everybody has a price. A lot of people have a price. Some people don't have a price at all. Some people don't have a price at all. But, with that being said, I think maybe the police system, the academy needs to do more vetting. Of course, you're not going to get everybody out. You're not going to get all the bad apples out because, it's impossible. But I think there needs to be more vetting and more of a process that will get these bad apples out when it comes to what would you do if somebody offered you, $100K or $10K or whatever the case may be above what your pay salary is. So you're getting your 50,000, whatever, however much cops make, and then one of the criminals that's offering you 10,000 on the side, tax free. What would you do? Certain, psychological situations like that, I think could be maybe important to go through. And then, PTSD, trauma, therapy as well, because they see a lot of bad stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's hard for them, a lot of them, to cope with it. So I think that needs to be brought to the forefront as well. But yeah, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, share with all your friends and family. And if you don't like the video, you don't have to watch it. All right, you don't have to share it. You can hit the dislike button. It is what it is. All right. Do all that good stuff though. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Guess what? If you're not there, then you're square. So until next time, peace.